Hello everyone and welcome. We are in the UK at Donington Park for the highlights of round 5 of the URL-GT3 championship. Qualifying was dominated by Mikko Korkiakoski, who took pole 3/10 in front of Reinhard Berger. And then look at those close qualifying results. P1 up to P12 within less than a second, and Florian Kutz could have been a lot further up by just gaining 1 or 2 tenths on his fastest lap. Looking at AM qualifying, it was Vladimir Jelisic in 17th position taking the pole, followed by Philippe Poupard and Fabio Bartolai. Let's go right to the race because it's an action-packed one. Here we are for the start. Mikko Korkiakoski is on pole and everyone seems to get away cleanly. Close racing there between the Porsche and the McLarens. Reinhard Berger has to slot in second position, followed closely by Tony Ukic. Miguel Santiago Carao goes off the track, but it's clean in the rest of the pack. Side by side there, Sten Mikkel Olsen. Ron Joubert now in P6. And Alex Funnell also in the shot there. Very clean here in the opening laps. Manlio Liguori going through the grass, but not hitting anyone. So very close here. Greg Metcalf is just in front of a little group with Sten Mikkel Olsen, Damir Horvat and Alex Funnell coming up to the chicane. Tony Ukic is in third, and Mikko has a little bit of a gap in P1, so he doesn't have to worry for a pass into the hairpin by Reinhard Berger. Michal Klisch stayed in fourth after qualifying in P4 as well. So everyone gets through the first lap, and it's Mikko Korkiakoski in P1, finishing lap 1 of probably 40 laps here. Michal Klisch in fourth, as we said, then Peter Backus, Ron Joubert, Greg Metcalf, Sten Mikkel Olsen and Damir Horvat. Florian Kutz, I'm sorry, in the yellow Porsche. Small mistake here. And Florian has to stay behind Sten, but he will want to catch him here at the old hairpin, maybe. Very difficult, but always possible. So here is the field streaming past. You can see the results on the left. Alex Scott in his 100th race at URL fell back a bit at the start. He couldn't start from his qualifying position. Here he is, Alex Scott, following Damir Horvat in P13, picking up the pieces, and small slide. Car was not too stable there out of that chicane, and Alex is at the inside, so he should be, he locks up the insides, but he should be able to take that P13 from Damir. So moving up the grid, again here Alex following the two Astons, and he's being followed by Damir and Robert Horvat. Into the last turn hairpin, very close, some bumping, but a clean pass there on the inside from Alex Scott. So for the podium positions, Tony Ukic following Reinhard Berger with Mikko Korkiakoski in front. Reinhard makes a bit of a mistake, goes a bit wide here at the apex, and that gives Tony good opportunity. Reinhard is defending the inside, and Tony will not try to go side by side with him. Instead, he will try to go for the pass in the hairpin. No, that's not going to work yet. A couple of laps later, here Tony's still behind Reinhard, putting some serious pressure on him in the McLaren, and seems to have some good speed out of the first turn. Coming up to the old hairpin, tricky braking zone, very easy to get wrong and go wide. Reinhardt took it well, but Tony even better. They're side by side now. Very tricky braking zone here, so let's hope they keep it clean. Yes, they do, and Tony had the inside, so he takes P2 behind Mikko Korkeakoski. Reinhardt will try to keep the pressure on. Seems they had a similar pace. Ron Gilbert here on Michal Klisch. Going through the hairpin and almost making a pass, but not quite there yet. But some serious pressure. Oh, and quite some lockups here at the hairpin, so some drivers that will have to look out. And that's Mara Trizuteja being lapped in the Nissan. At the bottom end of the field in AM, it's Philippe Poupard here making a small mistake, and Sandro Donadel and Mara Trizuteja are right there to pounce on that small mistake. So very close racing, even at the far end of the grid. Philippe stays in front in P22. And here is the battle for the lead of the AM Cup. At least Vladimir Jelisic is following Fabio Bartolai, who we see in front. And Alex Funnel, he fell back a bit after the start, doing a nice over-under on Vladimir in the first turn. So will Alex be able to catch Fabio and maybe take Vladimir with him? Here is Robert Horvat. He made a small mistake and loses 2 positions, or at least 1, no, 2 positions now. Small bump and a small spin there from Robert, so not going very well at the moment. But this battle here between Robert Horvat, Alex Funnel, sideways at the chicane. Robert Horvat, Fabio Bartolai and Vladimir Jelisic is really heating up. Vlad in P2 in the AM Cup, Fabio in P1. Having a look here at the hairpin, Vlad has the inside, but superior traction there from Fabio, so Vlad will have to try again. Alex Funnel still behind these guys, making some mistakes, and well, had to hand back that position. Has a better exit out of the chicane. Now coming onto the hairpin, difficult braking zone. Quite some lockups here, and again we see some smoke from Fabio. Alex has the inside, and he will complete the pass. Indeed, puts himself between the 2 AM drivers battling for the lead. So will he play a role in this? We will see. We'll follow this battle around for a bit, because it's a real nail-biter even on P18. So very close, as we saw already in the qualifying results. Alex Funnel is eager to take that position from Fabio and start hunting down some other drivers in front. And this will allow Vladimir maybe to get closer to Fabio and make a move. But at the moment he has to leave a bit of a gap to the Audi and the Porsche in front. Coming up to the straight, going into the chicane. The Audi straight line speed, and yeah, Alex goes right past Fabio, and he can look ahead now. Although here is Vlad with Fabio. Bit of a mistake, a bit of a luck up from Fabio, and I can tell you guys that Alex Funnel is behind these 2 guys just now. Made a small mistake, a small bump here, small dent on the Porsche, but no harm done. Vlad has the inside line, and he will make the pass for the win, or for P1, I'm sorry, in the AM Cup. So hard fought battle throughout the whole first stint. And Alex Funnel, with his straight line speed of the Audi, he will go past Fabio. And will he take Vlad at the same time? No, but he will sure have a look at the hairpin, maybe. Seems like he's a little bit too far, and Olivier Duplessis is right behind these three guys. So very close indeed. Coming up to the pit stops, here is Alex Funnel going into the pits. Not a lot happened. Reinhard Berger double stinted his tires, as well as Mikko Korkiakowski, if I'm not mistaken. And after the pit stops, these are the standings. So Reinhard Berger jumped Tony Ukic in the pits by not changing tires. Then it's Greg Metcalf in P4. So the gap is not too big. Greg Metcalf followed by Florian Kutz. Then Michal Klisch. Florian jumped Michal and Steen due to his better fuel economy. And it's Peter Backus in P8. Alex Scott made it up to P9 and he's hunting down Peter Backus. We'll see more of that later. And it's Ruan Joubert in P10. Olivier Duplessis P11. Then Miguel Santiago Carao. Robert Horvat, followed by Evgeny Leonov, and then Manuel Liguori in the other Ferrari. And it's Evgeny's teammate Andrei Golubnishi. And then after the pit stops, Vlad keeps his lead in the AM Cup in front of Fabio Bartolai. Gap is now growing a little bit. Alex Funnel in P19. Then Philippe Poupard, third in the AM standings. Mara Trisuteja in P21 and Sando Donadel and Damir Horvat didn't make it past the pit stop, so they retired from the race. Here we are. Peter Backus, as I said, being hounded by Alex Scott. Very close battle, going on for quite some laps now already. And Alex sure has the speed to take Peter. Has the inside line here. Has to brake a little bit earlier to make the apex and not hit Peter off the track. Now we're coming on to the chicane. Alex goes for the outside. That will be a very difficult move, and indeed he has to slot in behind, but takes a good line. Maybe here into the hairpin can go for the inside, as Tony is not really defending his inside line. A lock up again here, very tricky braking zone, and Alex completes the pass for P8. So started from P22 in his 100 URL race, making it up to P8 now, but Peter is not giving up, almost side by side through the last hairpin. Coming up to turn 1, will Peter make a move? He is close, small lock up from Alex, but he will have to stay behind for the moment. Reinhard Berger being catched by Tony Ukic. No move yet in the hairpin, but maybe in the final turn, which is actually also a hairpin. Very tricky braking. Tony goes for the inside, overshoots his braking point. Reinhard takes avoiding action a bit, but he has to let Tony through. And that was, well, tricky move, but he made it. Mikko Korkiakowski here. An eventful race for him. He could gap Tony and Reinhard and keep that gap stable. So he's going through his last hairpin. And now coming up to the final turn, again a dominant win for Mikko Korkiakowski, strongly leading the Drivers' Championship in GT3. So very well done, nice win to him. A bit less uneventful than he would have hoped, maybe, but he crosses the line in P1. Tony Ukic will finish in P2, as we saw. Then it's Reinhard Berger. His teammate Greg Metcalf made it up to P4. Florian Kutz in P5. He got close to Greg, but had to stay behind. Then it's Michal Klisch in P6. Alex Scott made it up to P7. Then it's Peter Bacchus in P8. We saw that battle. Ruan Joubert in P9. Robert Horvat in P10. Miguel Santiago Caral making a mistake at the last lap, but he will finish in P11. Then it's Sten Mikkel Olsen in P12. He's a little bit too far behind. Then Manuel Liguori, P13. Andrei Golubnishi, he's already finished just in front of Evgeny Leonov. Then it's Olivier Duplessis, Fabio Bartolai, Vladimir Jelicic, Philippe Poupard, Maratri Suteja in P20, and Damir and Alex. So let's have a look at the results. As we saw, Mikko Korkiakowski taking the win, only 4 seconds in front of Tony, so he had to be on his toes. And Reinhard Berger completing the podium. Looking at the AM Cup, Fabio Bartolai made it back past Vladimir Jelicic. We didn't see that in the highlights, but he took the win in the AM Cup in front of Vladimir, and Philippe Poupard took the bronze medal here at Donington. So these are the full results. Next week we're having our GT1 race, round 6, and we're going to Hockenheim, where everyone has been testing pre-season. So everyone knows this track well, knows their cars well. So we are looking forward to a very close race again, with several passing opportunities on this track. It will surely be a good race. So join us at unitedracersleague.com, and see you later.